Hi guys, so recently I had a few questions from different people leaving comments on different videos if I had the Die and Press Beautiful Wings Autoship, and I was like, yeah, I think I unboxed it in a haul video, but I hadn't played with it yet. So I don't believe this is available like on HSN yet, but I'll have different affiliate links in the description box. Again, that means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. Yeah, so that's why it's open. I showed it, but I did not play with it yet. So again, this Autoship, I love the Ultimate Card Making Autoship. It was collection Autoship. It's so cool. They all, you know, can go work with each other in different ways. Most of the time they have some kind of square. They have, of course, the border and things that go into it. You know, it's so funny today. I was thinking I should make a rosette with this, but I don't know if I can. It's very delicate on the very edge. It'll be a little work to try to, you know, score that, but maybe we will see. Okay, and so yeah, so it came with, you know, dies. It has a huge stamp set. It has stencils. It has the cases to hold it. I love that this came with 4 cases. I think the new Autoship that they started up this last time around comes with 1 holder. So of course for the stuff that's there. I did, so yeah, so that's just one of the differences. And then of course just a different program. So, that's that about that. Let's see here. And then of course the cutting folder. Oh, people leave me this question all the time in their comment about this guy, or like the smaller one, that they've never seen an embossing folder that's flat, or what it does. It's not an embossing folder, it's a cutting folder, and it cuts through the marquee. So that's why. Otherwise, yeah, there would be no such reason for, or any reason for a flat embossing folder. I wonder, maybe though, sometimes, you know, when you work with something, it gets all wonky, like when you're watercolor or something, maybe you can run it through and maybe it'll help flatten it out. I don't know. But and a lot of people are like, oh, I don't really know what to do with it. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, just have fun with it. So we have the dies, as you saw, the butterfly dies there. We'll talk about those in a minute. We have the outer, like, nesting, fun, beautiful, like, squares. Oh, there's a little butterfly accent. That's so sweet. And then we have that strip, and what they're showing you here is that you can mix and match, obviously, with the previous iterations. So this one has, like, it says just a little hello, but it says thinking of you here. And then this one says thinking of you, but it says just a little hello. So they have those images switched, or swapped there. The stencils, looks like we have a filigree, a lattice, polka dots, and luxe, which looks like little shells. And they're just showing you what that might look like on different size cards. And then we have the stamps and some inspo. So just a little, and then maybe you want to put a note, or just a little blank or whatever to brighten your day, and then you pop in the word note. Just a little, again, to brighten your day. Hello, thanks so much, here for you. Those are larger ones. And then some inspo back here. I think what I'm going to do today, though, is like a shaker gift box. So hopefully that'll work out for us. Just because I've had people asking about this, and I was like, oh, what should I do with it? So I thought about it for the last night, a day or two, and I think we can make a gift box today, so we'll use these shapes for that. Other than that, you would just have your butterflies, and you have like little antennas, you know, to finish them off with. They don't have body centers, and you can just put the little antenna, and there you go. So just looking at this, the larger butterfly. Okay, well, the butterfly, again, these guys, I guess I'll give you a little idea. The largest butterfly is like 4 inches wide, I would say, what it's going to cut. And the largest square here is, again, it's about 4 1/8 inches wide, the metal itself. And then they are smaller and smaller from there. And then these guys, of course, I believe they're deeper than 1 inch, but let me see. They are 8.5 inches long and about 1 1/4 inches, 1 3/8 wide. And then we have these stencils that cover an area that is larger than a typical stencil. So this one's like 8 3/4 almost, by just over 5 1/4. The actual space that you can play in, right? And then the stencil's larger than that. I don't know that we'll be using the stencil today. We'll see. We'll see how artsy I get, because in my mind we're going to concentrate on making a box and all that. So what I want to do is grab some papers. Let me think what kind of color inspo I want to go with. I always go with like light colors. I'm gonna grab some paper and then some vellum also, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I went ahead and grabbed some papers. I think there's some heavyweight paper from like Hobby Lobby. I forgot what pack they call it, maybe Basics or something like that, but this is like 110-pound paper. And then I want to sandwich it in vellum. I thought that'd be really nice. So this is some tonic vellum, but this is the lighter weight one. I know they have one that's a little bit thicker. So this is the lighter weight. So you can see the shaker mix I want to put in there. And then I went and grabbed a shaker mix from the swap. I just held the Sweethearts Valentine swap, and this came from Claudia Campos's swap, and I thought this was great because it has really large pieces and super bright, so you can see it, you know, through the vellum pretty well, right? So that'll be cute. And we're going to design a box. So I want to inlay this, probably the larger one, I think, in our box. And I think the red will be the base, the pink will be the top itself. So, you know, we're kind of looking at that and how close do you want to get to your edges that still look nice. And I want my box base to be a little bit bigger than the box top, like deeper, right? So, I mean, that's already, let's say 5 inches. Yeah, let's say 5-inch square. And then we need to add an inch for, or however deep you want your lid to be, so I want an inch, so 5, 6, 7. 7-inch square on this one is what I'm going to cut, and for the base one I want it to be deeper than this guy, so 5-inch square is what we need, but we need to add the height of the sides. I'm just going to do 2 inches. Let's see, if we do 2 inches, that's 2 and 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9. Ooh, see, it's already too big because it's 8.5, huh? Let's go 8.5-inch square. It'll just be slightly larger because I don't want to go find red paper. So if this is 8.5 inches, I'm going to make this 8.5 inches square, and I'll make this one 7 inches square. And I'll be right back. Put these things to the side. So I actually cut pretty much all the papers I need, and we'll see about making a rosette or not. And I just realized, I'm like, where is my large butterfly? There he is. So 8.5 inches square for our base, 7-inch square for the top. I cut another piece because behind this, if we're going to make it a shaker, you can either put it on top like a frame or underneath, right? I need something to help us with that. So I'm going to put it underneath. And this is just smaller than 5 inches square, like, so that way it nestles in really nicely. And both of these pieces of vellum are also just smaller than 5 inches square. They're like 4 7/8 inch square or something. Just a little smaller so they can nestle in there and not have an issue. And then I was thinking maybe I'll cut this one with a slightly smaller butterfly. We'll see. That way it just, you can see some of this pretty pink. It's kind of like a coral pink showing through. So we'll put those to the side for a moment. We can do our scoring, we can do our die cutting, whatever you want to do first. Let me see, this is the same size. Let's use a little bit larger board. So, I'm going to do my scoring first, and then I'm going to run this through the die cutting machine. Now, if you have a marquee, this is going to be too big, obviously, to put through the marquee, this little guy. But what you can do is design yours so that you're just doing the top, and then you're going to add on glue sides, glue tab sides. So 5 inch, well, yeah, for the marquee, I think the largest you can do is probably a 4/4 inch square. So then use maybe one of the smaller butterflies. Do the same thing, but you're just then going to add glue tabs that are, you know, maybe a 1/2 inch glue tab or 1/4 inch glue tab plus the 1 inch side, and then work it out from there. It's going to be different. A different way of putting it together. So on this guy, on this side, on the left, this is my box lid, and it does say lid down here at the bottom, and this particular hunky-dory ones, it always says box lid, so I'm going to I'm going to score that on this side, and for the box base, it says box base over here, down here, you can't see it, I'll line up that part for the box base. So for right now, just all 4 sides, I'm going to line it up here and do 1 inch. And this paper is nice and thick, so I'm going to make sure I'm scoring nicely. Ooh, I'm scoring nicely. See, I went off the side already. Also, because I'm not sitting down and I'm at a weird angle over here, but 1 inch. And 1 inch. Okay. And on this side, I already forgot what our measurement's going to be since we said 8.5. Oh, that means 1.5, right? We need to have 5 inch square, and that means if this is 8 inches square, oh, this is 8.5 inches square, that means we have 3.5 inches extra, huh? So that's 1.5, 1 3/4. I hope I'm doing that right. 1 3/4. Let me think. 1.5 is 3. So I have. Yep. Okay. So at 1 3/4 from this side. Now, obviously we're subtracting because it says 12. It doesn't have the numbers repeating in, you know, 1, 2, 3 again. So 1 inch plus another 3/4. So you're basically at the 10 1/4 inch line all around, okay, on this side. That is just something fun to do. Of course, I would just, you know, put the flowers on there, layer them up, maybe cut the flowers in vellum and other materials so it's really fun and pretty. Now from here, we make our boxes. So, as always, you're going to cut down one, like straight on one of your score lines, right? And then you can divot out a little bit on the other one. Just next to it, like that. So I'll turn it, and I usually do the same thing. So I'll go straight up this side and do a little divot on this side. And I'll go around, do the same thing, and we'll do the same thing for the lid. Down here, right there, and right here, and right there, right? And I'll do the exact same thing for this guy. He's just smaller, so it's quicker. You just give it a little cut. And there and there. Okay, and I'll do the same, go around all the corners. And I'll go ahead and take a moment to score this. So everything I'm scoring in, or on the other side, however is that you like to do your score lines. Whenever you score towards, but you scored this guy. I will line it up at the very top though and score it out that way. That way those top edges are pretty much lined up. Okay, so I'll go around and score. I'm not going to score this one yet because I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine with the butterfly, so I'll wait on that. Probably 5-inch square is, you know, it's pretty big. I'm going to put that like in here just for fun, and I want it sideways, kind of in a fun way here. And I'll tape this down a little bit. Tape has seen better days. I'm just grabbing scraps that are here. And I'm going to run that through one of my larger machines, and I'll be right back. So before I put this larger machine away, what I'm going to do is, now we have this, and again, this would be what it would look like if you just had die cut your butterfly, and you would have something like this, and then you have the little antenna that can go with it, and you know me, I would probably score it down the center so it has a little kind of movement. Before I put that machine away, I want to bring out this piece. And this piece, like I said, is going to tuck behind here. Now that's really cute too, just having two colors. But what I'm going to do is line this up pretty well. Like I said, I try to make it so that it would fit in there. Okay. And careful. I'm going to bring the next one down. And line that up right there. Just to have like something fun in the background. So only a little bit of this area is going to show shakerness, but I thought it was a nice added touch. So let me tape that down. And I'm going to run this through, okay? And I'll be right back. And now I have these two pretty butterflies I can still use. Ooh, how cute would those be to use them as like stencils too, you know what I'm saying? But you put this down, you're masking, and then around there you'd have like a butterfly stencil shape, and then maybe you do this one, and you'd have those kind of really fun. Okay, so let's bring this guy back, and this guy, and I'm going to go ahead and score this right now since this paper is so thick. Oh my goodness. Why is this one so much thicker than the other one? That's weird. Anyway, okay, I'm going to go around, take a moment to score these guys. And I'll be right back. That's pretty crazy. I wonder if when I ran it back through with the to do the die cutting, it flattened this out or something, because like it was really giving me a time right now. Okay, so let's turn that over, and we are going to pop this on here, and then we are going to, well, let's just put glue all the way to the edges here. And of course you can put it on your paper. I'm putting it on here, basically right to the edge, and then in here just so it's holding on. It doesn't look like it's just kind of, just make it feel sturdier. And we'll pop that guy right in there. Again, this one fits in there really nicely. I did about 4 7/8 like I had mentioned. So from here, we're also going to pop this guy down and then this guy down after we put down our glitter and all that. So I'm going to get this guy prepared, and I'm only putting glue in the very edges. Basically, because we're sandwiching this. I didn't need to have a piece of vellum this big. It just needed to cover this area, basically, if you wanted to just conserve your vellum a little bit. So I have a little glue on there, ready to go, and we're not going to mess with this until it's pretty much set up, and then I'll put, I was going to say pop, and I said pot. I'll pop some of this in here, and I think I'm going to do it by hand. Cute. And I have lots of fun things that I can end up decorating this with from the swap, but I think I'm gonna make a rosette. I'm gonna try at least. We'll see. Since this month's border is a little fancier, I'm just gonna do something like that. And actually, I was thinking about maybe I should trap it so it doesn't move too much, you know. So maybe I'll put a little glue like here, just to help keep that within bounds. And then the glue that we just put on here, I'm going to bring that over and just pop it right on top. Okay. And then on top of this, that's because I sandwiched the vellum, and then on top of this, we'll place our butterfly if he's facing the right direction. It looks like this way. And this guy, really, I'm just going to put on the edges. I'm not going to mess with the glue too much. So on the very edge, it's just there for looks, to help cover up our little works back here, you know, make it look nice and neat. And that is why that is there. Oh my gosh, you guys. I didn't put glue closer here because you're going to see on the other side. Also, it's not necessary. This is, again, just for looks, just to make it look nice and neat. So while that's setting up, I'm going to go ahead and glue these guys together. So we just take our edges. What a pretty box, and I mean, done so quickly, my goodness. So we'll hold that guy. And a lot of times, instead of holding it, I'll take like clippies that people have given me or things like that, and I'll have those help me out. I will say you don't want to use clips that will really bend things, because what happens is you will have bent paper. So anything you have that's kind of flat and nice, be careful. Like this clip, I used it because it's very big, so it's not really like tight and squishing. Sorry, I like to get glue right to the edge. And basically I look at it, I'm lining up the top, looking at the sides, and that looks good, and then I move on. Maybe with another set of clippies, keep going. Okay, and I'll glue them all just like that. A couple things left here. Clippies on there, and then this guy we will do the same thing. Just put our glue. Lining up our edges here. So again, I always try to keep it crisp on the side, making sure the edges are pretty close. And then again, next one, and next one, and next one. I'll be back. So I just finished this piece here, and we will check this out together. See how we were with our box making, and everything else. So from this side it looks like this. You can kind of hopefully see my hand down there, and when we turn it over it looks nice and clean and like that. And we have our pieces that shake, and again I kind of trapped them so they can't really move out of this whole area. So there they are. How cute! Oh my gosh. And then let's see how we did with our box making. Very good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I am thinking about this rosette, and I was like, I want to use this. I know the one from last time around was, I think, perfect for rosette making because the way it's scalloped and everything. And this is also basically every 1/4 inch there's something going on. But what I'm going to do, and hopefully this works out, we'll see. Oh man, I was going to say we can cut tulle with it too, but no, it's too delicate. So what I'm going to do is cut some crepe streamer with this and see how it works. So let me go grab that. I'll be right back. This might be odd, but for whatever reason I have a piece of streamer. I'm like, where is the rest of it? It's somewhere else. So let's see, do I want to cut just one or two at a time, like 2 pieces? Let's see how this works, cutting just the one piece. And hopefully we can just get it into a little circle form, and we will see. Okay, so fingers crossed. This is something a little bit different for me. Oh my gosh, how delicate. Oh, that is crazy. Now, I didn't really want both sides to be having the design, because I really just need the one side showing. It'll be easier if I had just the one side, but what if we just did it that way and just did it with our hands like this into a circle? So anyway, I could have just left this kind of hanging off the side. Oh, that is so cute. Maybe we should cut 2. Let's cut 2, just have 2 of them and see if we want to double them up or something. I'm going to run one more through and I'll be right back. 2. Again, I feel like I need to address this stuff on the end, so I'm just going to cut it off. I can bring this to the guillotine, to be honest. I think it would work just fine as long as you just kind of be careful with it. But for right now, I'm just going to cut these guys off. Just because we don't need them, and it'll just make it that much harder in the center to kind of get this together. And if you're new to rosette making or anything, easier is better. We don't want any other levels of difficulty here. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to cut that off, this one too. I don't really want to use a regular stapler, but I don't know. I bought refills for the tiny attachers so many times and I still can't find them. Yeah. And I had them near me last time. Okay, well anyway, so I'm just going to start, and this, you know, again is about 8.5 inches long, so I'm just going to go for it. Just kind of gathering and pleating, and hold it under your thumb as you go along. Cute. And then you kind of want to hold it tight and move along so you can keep making your circle. And once you get back to the beginning, you can either just keep going or tuck it in a little bit or cut that piece off or whatever it is. And then just kind of make sure it's still pretty round. Like, that's not great. Hold on. Maybe there. Woo. And hold on to it. And the problem with this kind of stapler is that it's so big, it's hard to kind of get in here. Yeah, it's already letting go, which is not great, but that's okay. Let's hold that back in here. That's why the tiny attacher is nice, because you're not trying to get your big old fingers in there. Okay, well that's actually good enough because we're going to glue it down anyway. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with my second one, and I will be right back. So we have both these guys, and they're just basically here to add some texture. I don't know if I should fire my hot glue gun. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Okay, let me fire up the hot glue gun. In the meantime, this guy might be too little. I was going to put this little guy on there. I don't know that he'll cover up those. Actually, what we can do is, I just did my nails again and I already messed them up, so I guess it doesn't matter. But let me get this off of here. Oh, come on, buddy. Okay, I'm going to cut this out of a cute coordinating color, maybe that corally color, and then maybe just a circle, some kind of circle or like a scallop shape from whatever, you know, punch I have, and I'll be right back. The glue gun is heating up, so we'll see where we place that, something like that. And I got this little tiny circle, and hopefully that works. Aww, that just covers that. That's cute. And then we have a little butterfly that we can kind of do this with, maybe stick it on somewhere like that. And then I have this box, you know, from Carol Murphy, and I was checking it out, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is definitely the kind of thing, like, you have that rosette, take one of your little handmade stickers that people, you know, you got in your swap, put that on there, even better. Oh my gosh, how pretty. But what I was looking for was sentiments, so I was like, oh, maybe a little sentiment or something I can pop on here without going to cut something. And she has all these love words in here, and I thought, well, maybe one of these might work, so let's check it out. And you can also put like gold in there. Oh, a little gold glittery butterfly would be cute too. Let me try to get some of these sentiments. I don't know if we should use a larger one or some of the little guys. Aw. Do we have this guy? That's really cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, I mean, even on there, right? That'd be very delicate. Oh my gosh. But another thing, you know, just to play with little letterings, you can put here and maybe there. Oh, maybe that's what we do. I love the way it looks on here, but this thing is so frilly, it's probably gonna be more difficult to add it. Okay, so let's do that. Pretty. So what I'm gonna do is put glue on the back of my hand. Get this little guy. How cute is that? And just a fun little box. Of course, you can make it more springy. You can do whatever you want with it. Somebody had left me some constructive criticism to stop repeating myself when I say do whatever you want, or, you know, do what you like. It's because if I don't, I know people leave me comments all the time of like, you should have done this, this, and this, or you should do this, this. It's like, yeah, you can do that. Everyone has their own project. Do what you like. That's why I'm never going to tell you this is how it has to be done or whatever. So that's why I say that so often, because just wait. If I don't repeat myself on that, people love to tell me what I should have done. It's like, do what you like, guys. That's the whole point of anything you do. Okay, so with this guy, I think... I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Do we do one piece at a time? Sure. And I'm just building it up on here. Obviously, you can put it together first, then add it. This is the back of the little guy here. Ugh. And this gives more frill. I'm just pushing it down the center. And then we have this little piece that I will also hot glue down. Trying to cover up those staples. And luckily I got them pretty much in the center. And then this little guy, actually I'll use regular glue. You know, if I put him back there, hold on. Let me cut another one out of like gold paper or something. I'll be right back. I literally save all these gold pieces because to me this is like the most precious paper. And I can just, you know, use this and run it through. And I'll be right back. Just trying to see which one, how cute is that? Which one I want to put behind. I think I'll put this one down first. Ah, something like that. And then this little guy probably needs hot glue now. Okay, I'm gonna let that settle down and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so there's some beautiful pieces that we can use for something else. Again, you know, you can layer them up. How cute is that? So pretty. Maybe emboss them, emboss both of them, emboss one of them, you know, put it so it sticks down like this on the second layer. All kinds of ways to play with those guys. And I guess I should have removed our little glue. I always wait till the end because whenever hot glue gets cold, then you can just, you know, pull it away. If you're pulling it while it's hot, it's just gonna keep pulling and it makes a mess. But there's my simple little box. Good size, 5-inch box, 1 3/4 inch height, right? And then the lid comes down 1 inch, and I mean it has the movement. Super cute, just something different. Again, I put it so that that background shows a little bit, but you can barely see it. It's just something else, a different style. Also, you didn't have to line it up perfectly for that to work, right? For this background piece to cover up the workings there. And then those beautiful pieces from Carol and Claudia, thank you so much. And then our little rosette made from a streamer, literally from the Dollar Tree. I just cut that down. And this is a really delicate die cut, but I think it'd be really fun to use paper and then score it with like some of the other ones. Again, everything looks like their pattern repeats like every inch or ½ inch, you know, so you can definitely 1/4 inch them. And on the inside, it just looks just as neat. And you have your big box. I mean, that holds lots of stuff. All right, guys. Well, hopefully that's a fun idea for you guys to try out. So hopefully that's just a fun idea for you guys to try out with your beautiful wings set. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up. I'll have links for whatever is available in the description box. And I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.